So welcome back. Now, in these tough economic times and South African motorists unable to cope with the stubbornly high fuel prices, there may be an alternative and there might be, some relief on the horizon. Now, there's a cheaper alternative fuel that is gaining momentum in the country, and it's none other than LP gas. Now, some companies are already pushing for its introduction as a cheaper fuel alternative for South African motorists. An example of this is Isinkwe Energies, which is based in KwaZulu-Natal, which is establishing the first of its kind liquefied petroleum gas fuel station in South Africa. So to elaborate on this, we are joined on the line by Isinkwe Energies Managing Director Kyle Hartley. Kyle, thanks for speaking to us here on Morning Live. Welcome to it.
Morning, Sakina. Yes, thank you for having us.
So let's start at the beginning. What is LPG fuel, and why is it cheaper than traditional fuel sources that we have?
So, LPG is liquefied petroleum gas. Effectively, it's the same gas that we know as cooking gas. It's a mixture of propane and butane. At the moment, at pump in KZN and Durban, we priced at 13 Rand per litre, which is inclusive of VAT. That's also another point to point out is that LPG is VATable in South Africa. So companies that come on board putting auto gas into their vehicles, obviously they are able to claim that VAT back. But at a 13 Rand price point per litre versus at Coast, I think today's price is 21.74, we're seeing a 40% cheaper cost per litre compared to petrol. And obviously, if you're getting that VAT portion back, you're up to 48-50% cheaper than regular petrol.
But how does it actually work practically, Kyle? Can anyone just take their car, or would you need to modify your car somewhat? Will it not damage your engine as things stand in the cars that we currently use?
No. So I think it's also important to note that autogas, although it's new to South Africa, it's existed in the global market for over 80 years. And our partners specifically have been in the industry for over 30 years. So, in countries such as Canada, South Korea, Turkey, Poland, all across Europe, this technology has been used for over 80 years. In terms of modifications, any vehicle can come in. If a vehicle hasn't been fitted with an autogas tech in the past, our factory in the Netherlands, it takes them a couple of days to get that done. But effectively, we cover most makes and models of vehicles. We don't interfere with the existing system the way it is. All we do is we tie in our components and our software, which effectively turns your vehicle into a biofuel system. So what a biofuel system is it allows you to run both petrol and LPG. So at the moment, with the refuel infrastructure being fairly limited, obviously if you run out of LPG, you can come back on petrol. So we don't interfere with the current workings of the vehicle at all.
So this LPG system, would it need maintenance at all, Kyle, once it's been fitted? And what does it cost as well?
Yes, so on the maintenance side, we set the tech to shut off or to start warning at 450 hours. At 500 hours, the actual system shuts down, which forces the motorist to come in to have the system serviced. And what we do there is we plug our computer system in, we make sure it's running optimally. If there are any software updates, we see to those. Yes, and obviously a filter change every 500 hours. So in terms of maintenance, it's fairly low maintenance.
And what does that cost, the maintenance and, of course, the conversion, if you were to do one on your car?
Yes, so maintenance at the moment, to come in and have that software checked, you're looking at 250 Rand. The equivalent of 450 to 500 hours is around 20 to 30,000 kilometers. So it's really in line with the service intervals of your current mechanical vehicle. In terms of cost to install, It really does depend on the make and the model of the vehicle. It's anywhere north of 25,000 Rand excluding VAT. And then there are installation costs to factor in, which are another 2,950 ex VAT. So you're looking at sort of an install cost on an average vehicle of between 25 and 35,000 Rand excluding VAT, all in, including installation. But on that point, to try and obviously get into the market and to make it a bit more affordable, we are offering limited finance or lease to own options on approved motorists, which allows them to effectively pay for the technology using the money, or largely using the money that they're saving by running on autogas. The return on that investment, just to give you an idea, if a vehicle is doing 5,000 kilometers a month, the return on a 30,000 Rand install would be a 4 to 5 month period, where their savings in that 4 to 5 month period has effectively paid for that 30,000 Rand investment into the autogas technology.
We are out of time, Kyle, but I just want to, pulse you in terms of what the uptake's been like.
So the uptake's been good. We obviously launched our fuel sites on the 15th of June. We've installed the first 50 vehicles, so we're over 50 at the moment. And we're aggressively, obviously, trying to bring more consumers onto autogas. But the uptake really has been positive. The guys are seeing savings of around 40 to 50% of their fuel spend. So it's looking positive at the moment.
Well, interesting. Thanks so much for sharing that with us. Isinkwe Energies Managing Director Kyle Hartley speaking to us there about a cheaper alternative fuel for motorists. And I think we will be seeing lots of alternatives to fuel costs, especially all types of fuel that we use in our daily lives. But